You feel fine. You wake up, check your phone, grab a cup of coffee, and rush out the door. Everything feels normal. Life feels normal. But inside your body, something could be silently changing. Your blood flows. Your heart beats. Your cells work perfectly. Or at least, that's what it feels like. But sometimes, the most dangerous diseases don't scream for attention. They stay quiet, invisible, hidden beneath the surface. They grow quietly, slowly, until one day, it's too late to notice. Pain isn't your body's first alert. It's your last. It doesn't warn you when things begin to go wrong. It only arrives when the damage runs deep inside. Your nerves were designed to keep you functioning, not to panic you. They filter out the small problems so you can keep moving. But that same design can hide the danger that's building within. So while you feel perfectly fine, tiny cracks may already be forming. Damage spreading quietly from the inside out. You don't feel your blood pressure rising. There's no pain, no warning sign. But each heartbeat pushes harder, straining the vessels that one day could give way. You don't feel your liver cells breaking down either. Every sip, every toxin, every overload leaves tiny scars, and the liver never complains. You don't feel your cells resisting insulin. Sugar builds up silently in your blood, scratching your vessels one molecule at a time. Your body stays silent. It adapts. It adjusts. It endures. Until the damage is done. No pain. No warning. Just silence. That's why we call them the silent killers. Today we'll uncover the 5 most dangerous ones and learn how to detect them before they catch you off guard. Because pain is the body's emergency alarm, and these killers, they never press it. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer. It's silent because you don't feel it. You can live for years, even decades, without a single symptom. But behind that calm surface, something dangerous is happening. Every time your heart beats, it pushes blood through your arteries with force. That force is called blood pressure. It's the pressure that keeps your body alive, and the same pressure that can slowly destroy it. Your blood pressure has 2 numbers: systolic, the top one, and diastolic, the bottom one. When your heart beats, pressure rises. When it rests, it falls. But when that pressure stays high, all day, every day, your arteries begin to change. The inner lining becomes rough and sticky. Tiny scars form. Over time, they turn to hardened plaque. That makes your arteries stiff, so your heart has to push even harder. It's a vicious cycle. Higher pressure damages the arteries, and damaged arteries raise the pressure even more. At first your body adapts. You feel fine, but the damage keeps spreading, silently, through your heart, your brain, your kidneys, and your eyes. In your heart, it leads to failure and rhythm problems. In your brain, it can trigger strokes or memory loss. In your kidneys, it destroys the filters that clean your blood. And in your eyes, it can blur your vision until it's too late. That's why it's called the silent killer. You can't feel it, but every single beat adds up. The only way to catch it early is to measure it. Check it regularly, because the most dangerous pressure is the one you never feel. Our next silent killer hides behind something sweet. It's called insulin resistance, and it affects over 1 billion people worldwide. The problem? Most people have no idea they even have it. To understand it, let's start with how insulin works. When you eat, your blood sugar rises. Your pancreas releases a hormone, insulin, that tells your cells to open up and absorb sugar for energy. But when your body gets too much sugar too often, your cells stop listening. They shut the door. That's insulin resistance, when your body keeps sending the signal, but the cells refuse to respond. Your blood sugar stays high. Your pancreas works overtime, shouting louder with every meal. Eventually, it burns out. And that sugar, floating around in your blood, starts to corrode everything inside you. Arteries, nerves, kidneys, eyes. All quietly, all slowly. Sugar molecules stick to proteins, making your tissues stiff and brittle. Blood vessels lose their elasticity. Nerves misfire. Kidneys strain to keep up. Yet through it all, you feel fine. No pain, no fatigue, no obvious warning. Until one day, your blood sugar spikes and your system crashes. That's when you finally see the symptom. But by then, the damage is done. And here's the scary part. Insulin resistance doesn't just lead to diabetes. It also fuels heart disease, dementia, even some cancers. That's why this sweet poison is one of the most dangerous killers you'll never feel. Your liver. It's your body's chemical factory. It filters toxins, processes nutrients, and keeps your blood clean. But what happens when that factory starts filling with fat? That's fatty liver disease, one of the most common silent killers today. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't send you a warning. The liver has no pain receptors, so the damage builds quietly. At first, fat fills the liver cells. Then inflammation begins. Over time, those inflamed areas turn into scar tissue. That's fibrosis, the step before cirrhosis. And once scar tissue takes over, your liver can no longer heal itself. The blood can't flow properly. Toxins start to build up. You might feel tired, nauseous, or nothing at all. No pain. No inflammation you can feel. Just silence. But inside, your liver is fighting for its life. The fat keeps coming. The scars keep spreading. Eventually, your liver starts to harden, losing its flexibility. When it reaches that stage, we call it cirrhosis. It's the liver's last line before failure. Millions have it and don't even know. But here's the truth. Fatty liver can be reversed. With the right habits, your liver can regenerate faster than any other organ you have. The silent damage doesn't have to stay silent forever. Every minute, your kidneys filter about half a cup of blood. They remove waste, balance fluids, and keep your blood chemistry stable. They work non-stop, 24 hours a day. No rest, no pause. But even the most efficient filter will clog. When your blood pressure or your blood sugar stays high, the tiny filters inside, called nephrons, start to break down. And once a nephron dies, it never regenerates. You start losing thousands of them, silently. Your kidneys work harder to make up for the loss, but the harder they work, the more damage they take. Slowly, toxins start to build up in your blood. You might feel tired, a little swollen, but most of the time you feel fine. Until one day, your kidneys can't keep up anymore. The waste poisons your blood. That's when symptoms appear. Fatigue, nausea, swelling, confusion. But by that time, your kidneys are already severely damaged. And here's the worst part. It doesn't hurt. There are no nerves inside to signal pain. That's why kidney disease is one of the quietest killers known to medicine. The only way to know is to test your blood and your urine. Every second, your body replaces millions of old cells with new ones. It's a perfect system, until one cell decides not to follow the rules. That's the beginning of cancer. A single mutation in your DNA, one letter out of billions, changes everything. The cell forgets how to stop dividing. It keeps growing, building a small colony inside your body. At first, your immune system notices. It sends defenders to destroy the threat. But some cells learn to hide. They send fake signals, tricking your body into thinking everything's normal. That's when the silent invasion begins. Those rogue cells multiply, spread, and recruit blood vessels for nutrients, a process called angiogenesis, the tumor's lifeline. And yet, you don't feel a thing. No pain, no warning, just silence. Why? Because cancer grows in silence. It doesn't need to cause pain to survive. It only hurts when it's too big, too deep, or too late. By the time symptoms appear, millions of cells have already spread. They travel through your blood, colonizing new tissues. That's called metastasis, the moment cancer becomes deadly. And all this happens without pain. Because pain receptors exist in nerves, not inside most organs or tissues. That's why cancer can grow for months, even years, without you noticing. Until one day, it shows up in a scan, or a symptom that's already advanced. That's why early detection is everything. Because once cancer speaks, it's already been silent for far too long. We live in a world where silence feels safe. It feels peaceful. It feels normal. But inside us, silence can be deadly. The most dangerous diseases don't make noise. They build. They spread. They wait. Until one day, they strike. Pain isn't the beginning. It's the body's final alarm. And these silent killers never press it. That's why early detection is the real cure. Because by the time symptoms appear, it's no longer early. Listen to your body's whispers before they become screams. Check your blood pressure. Monitor your sugar. Protect your liver. Support your kidneys. And never ignore the small changes. Because health isn't the absence of pain, it's the presence of awareness. Don't wait for silence to turn into loss. Listen now, because silence doesn't mean safety. It means it's already begun.